Welcome back, Legendary Potato here to episode number 4 of How to Play Minecraft tutorial series. And in the last episode, I showed you guys how to get your first diamonds and how to get out of a cave and survive. I almost died, which would have been actually really devastating, in lava, but I did happen to get out with half a heart. It was actually really cool. But yeah, I don't think you guys would be able to pull that off. If you just play Minecraft the first time, you probably would have died there. But if you're ever in a situation like that, you kind of know how to respond quickly. But anyway, what I'm going to do is put a whole bunch of my stuff away. I also left a bunch of it down in this mine down here, which I had tons of stuff in that double chest. I think I'll leave most of it down there for now. I want to go ahead and gather some stuff like the iron and everything like that. And so, yeah, anyways, we came down here, we got our diamonds after strip mining. I think I strip mined for like 30 minutes, just straight, maybe 40 minutes. It was really crazy. I had to cut down quite a lot of it. But yeah, it kind of got across the point. Diamonds are not exactly the easiest things to find, which is just kind of a little bit annoying, but it does make it really rewarding once you do actually happen to stumble across them. So I'll take all of this with me. I'll leave the rest behind after that. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so what I think I want to do today is I want to probably start a house. I want to show you guys how you can build something really cool. We do have our little base right now, but the thing is about that is if we want something better than that, we want something bigger, you know, then we probably want to do something about that. We can make a brand new house out of some of our resources that we just got. And we can also use our diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. So yeah, there's a couple of things you can do with diamonds. Diamonds are the most useful thing in the game, so you do want to get a whole bunch of diamonds whenever you can. You just want to do a lot of mining, just kind of grind out, and eventually you will really start to build up your diamonds. I'll show you guys how you can get diamonds even faster than how I did that, because finding your first diamonds is generally pretty slow. But it does definitely start to pick up once your tools get better. It actually gets a lot easier to find diamonds. But what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to clear out this forest. So you can build any sort of house, whatever you want to do, a base. Honestly, this is all up to your own creativity. But if you want to build just some sort of basic house with a bunch of basic stuff in it and make it look kind of nice, then that's what I'm going to be what I'll be doing here and showing you guys how you can do that. So I'm just going to clear out a bunch of trees. It'll give me a bunch of wood to work with. And so I'll probably just do some basic resources, building out of wood, building out of cobblestone, and I'll just see exactly what I can get out of it. And it's not going to be a crazy big house or anything. It's just going to be a small house to kind of get the point across. But you can build as big or as small as you'd like. And you don't even have to do this. This is all kind of your own thing. You want to make this world your own sort of thing. You want to have your own personal things going on here. So let's go ahead and clear out all these trees. You don't have to worry about the leaves. Those clear themselves out automatically. So you can kind of let that do its thing for a little bit. But we're going to get tons of wood here. We'll get tons of birch. We'll get tons of oak wood, which will be nice to build out of. And so the birch wood planks look different from the oak ones. And they actually look really nice to build with. So that might be a thing I do there. So there's also a pig here. I can kill you, get some meat right there. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have plenty of food on you at all times. Right now, I've been doing a pretty poor job at doing that. So it's just sometimes animals are a little bit harder to come across. But fortunately, animals are not the only ways to get food. There are other ways to get food in this game, like farming or finding it otherwise. So what I can do is probably set up some sort of farm around my house as well, so I can get a bunch of that stuff going on. And so there's so many crops that you can plant. They all are unique in their own sort of way. There's a cave right there. Sometimes you'll find random tunnels in the ground. That's just sort of a thing. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just break a couple more of these trees here. And eventually, once all these leaves clear out, we'll have a very open and flat area, as you can kind of see a little bit of it starting to take shape. There's a sheep right there. But yeah, I guess we can kind of use this time to try and find some more animals to kill. But let's go ahead and start setting ourselves up for crops as well. So you've probably seen this tall grass. If you start punching some of this tall grass, you'll get some seeds, and so seeds can be used to plant seeds for wheat, and that can be used to make bread, which is a decent food source. But you don't have to kill animals constantly for it. You can just kind of plant it, grow it, and it'll give you food there. So if you like the convenience of making food in your house, or just by your house, you don't want to go find animals every now and then, because sometimes you'll get lucky with that, sometimes you won't. Just go ahead and break these, and as you can see, I'm now starting to get some seeds in my inventory. And so I won't be using these right away. But later on, I will be using them to plant them down. I'll show you guys how you can plant a very efficient farm so that you're using it to the best possible capabilities. And so that way we can get as much bread as we can from everything here. But yeah, we got a couple seeds to work with, not all that much right now. But these trees are starting to clear out a little bit, which is nice. And we're also getting some saplings. So if you want to plant down more trees later, the leaves will drop the sapling of the tree that you broke. So that's a birch one right there. And there's also going to be oak ones that I've picked up previously. So if I ever wanted to plant down more trees for whatever reason, which I don't really want to in this area because this is going to be where I build the house, of course, then that's sort of a thing there. But yeah, as you can see, I'll probably just clear out one more tree down here, maybe two more. But I do have a lot of area to work with. I should have plenty of space down here, as you can see. And I'll also probably light up the area quite a bit around the house as well. That way it prevents mobs from spawning outside. Because the thing is, what can happen is you can have any sort of mob spawn around in a dark area. And so they can spawn near your house and come up and try and attack you. So a good way to prevent that is just by lighting it up a little bit. But what I'll go ahead and do here is put down, or I'll get tons of wood here. And so I'll build a kind of nice looking house. It's not going to be crazy good looking or anything. I'm not going to be too fancy. I do want to just kind of keep it basic so that you guys can follow along easily as well. But I'll kind of build it in a certain way where it still looks kind of nice as well. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and break a couple of these leaves because they are taking a little while to do that. And so what I'll do here is I'll come to right around back here, I think would be a good idea. So I'll just get rid of these leaves and I'll get started with something. So what I'll probably do is I'll put in these, and so these will be the corners like that, and then I'll put in a couple blocks coming inwards like this. I'll probably make it 1 block shorter just to make it a little bit easier. I do want it to be even. So right here will be where I place in a door. So I'll show you guys how to make a door in just a little bit. Okay, so now that I measured that out, I'm just going to swap out these planks. I'm going to use cobblestone along the bottom layer here. So I'll get the cobblestone and also go to sleep. So I don't recommend building through the night. I do recommend you sleep as often as you possibly can. So we'll go ahead and sleep right here and we won't have much issue. So we'll do that. As you can see, now we're all good. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've kind of done that there. 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. I'll make it so it's not like a perfect square or anything. So a lot of people just kind of do some sort of rectangular size house, which is okay. It's, nothing too ridiculous, but it's also kind of nice to have something like that. So I'll kind of do something like this. There should be plenty of space for whatever I need, of course. And so what I'll do is I'll place in some wood like that. And I'm also going to leave space in for windows. And so windows are pretty cool. They look kind of nice. So what I'll probably do is that. And I kind of want the windows to be a little bit like this. But of course you can customize your house to however you'd like. But I do want to be able to see inside and outside my house. So if I want to go ahead and see, let's say I'm chilling inside my house, I want to see outside of it, which always looks cool if I want to see what time of day it is. Oops. If I want to see what kind of day it is right now, then I can go ahead and do that. Oops, wait a minute. I messed that up. Whoa, okay. How am I doing this? Home. There we go. Okay, my mouse is a little bit weird there. But basically, if I want to see, which is kind of important. You also get the sunlight inside the house, which is kind of nice. Then you want to put in windows, and you can make windows with glass. So 1, 2, like that. I'll just kind of copy the same thing on each side here, so that we don't have too much of an issue. So 1, like that, and there we go. And then I'll just kind of do the back side as a straight wall. And so this is kind of a start to the house. We now have walls put in, so it'll look like this from the inside here. So now I'll just put in a floor. Again, this is completely optional. The game is lagging a little bit there, so it's completely optional to put in a floor. If you're happy with just a grass floor, then you can do that. But personally, I think it is a little bit ugly, so what I'll do is I'll get rid of this. Since I do want this place to feel kind of like home, I am going to make it look kind of nice, do some nice stuff with it, and so that's kind of the plan with this here. So I'll go ahead and get rid of all of that grass there. We're pretty much done with that. It doesn't take too long when you have an iron shovel, fortunately. And then I'll use my birch wood, and so it actually makes a really nice whiter color of wood. So look at that. So I like using the different color. But yeah, I'm also kind of keeping things very simple, at least hopefully I am. Hopefully you're able to follow along. But you don't have to build this exact house. This is just my house. You can be as creative as you want with this. You don't have to build it at all like the way I'm building it. So if you want to do something completely different, I encourage that you do that, because that's your house. You do it how you want to do it. But this is my house. This is the way I want to build my house. So what I'll do right there, put that in. So that'll be where the door goes. And so what that means I can do is I can take some of this stuff with me. I'll take this for now. I'll move the chest eventually. But yeah, there's so much stuff in here. I don't really want to deal with that right now. I'll go ahead and put my crafting table and furnace along the inside here. So crafting table, and I got 2 furnaces. You can have more than 1 furnace. You can have as many as you like. Sometimes it's more helpful that way, but you usually don't need more than 1 crafting table. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to make a door. So if you put in your wood like this, you'll be able to get some doors out of this, and so I'll be able to put it right in the front. Oops, I kind of messed that up. You kind of want your door to be like that, and so it kind of opens inside like this, so you can walk inside, do that. And so you can kind of open it with the left click. So pretty cool stuff there if you want to make that. I should have some torches on me. I believe I put them inside my chest, so not to worry too much about that. But what else I'm going to do is I'm going to include a lot of storage inside of this place. So I'll go ahead and make a bunch of double chests, and I'll kind of put them in along the wall here. So now I have a lot of storage in this place, which is great, because I would like to have that, and I'll kind of throw in coal and stuff in there. So I am trying to make this place feel a little bit more like home right now. But yeah, it still is missing like a roof and everything. I am well aware of that, of course. And I believe I just used up most of my wood anyway. But yeah, so I'll kind of finish the house eventually. I kind of want to start working on some sort of farm, and so I'll go ahead and place a little pathway thing right there. I'll do something with that eventually. But let's say I want the farm to be on the side of the house here, so I'll kind of clear out a little bit of land so I can fit in a wheat farm here. And so this wheat farm will be about 9 by 9. That's a creeper inside of there. I thought I saw that out of the corner of my eye, and it's like, oh, that's not a creeper. That is a creeper. Alright, so anyways, that's the creeper there. We saw it in the last episode, or maybe episode 2. These guys explode. These guys are the ones that you're going to be afraid of the most. But the best way to kill these guys is to like hit them once, walk away, and hit them again. You want to like back off every single time you try and hit them. So let's go ahead and demonstrate here. So I'm going to get close to them. I'm going to back away. I'm going to then get close again. But as you can see, they have a little fuse, so you want to be a little careful. And we'll go in for the last hit. I did miss there, but I can just go ahead here and finish them off. Right there, perfect. So that's the best way to deal with a creeper. It does take a little bit of practice. Here's a zombie here. They're pretty easy. You just kind of hit them a few times and they're gone. They don't do anything too crazy. But yeah, so those are a few mobs there. I'm going to go ahead and, of course, light that cave up like I just did there, so that then I don't have to worry about things spawning in there anymore. But anyways, let's go ahead and come back to the wheat farm here. And so what I'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I believe here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what I'll do is this wheat farm is going to be 9 by 9. This is going to be the center of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bucket. So what I'll do, 1, 2, 3, bucket. Okay, so I did bring up a bucket before, how it can kind of save you from lava and stuff, but of course it does way more than that. Buckets basically allow you to place down water. So what I'll do is I will get that. Also, I did just eat rotten flesh. That was just because I was hungry. I don't recommend you do that, but I just kind of did that so I could quickly get my hunger up so I could sprint. I'm going to put the water right inside there. So I can place water wherever I would like. But yeah, so my hunger will last just a couple more seconds. Basically, it just makes you extra hungry, which is why I don't recommend you eat it most of the time. But yeah, I do have some extra food on me. I should have, yeah, I have a mutton there. I can put in my pork chops like that, so I can cook those. And pork chops are a very good food source. Same thing with steak. So if you can kill pigs and cows quite frequently, then yeah, you'll have some pretty good food there. But we can also kill some salmon, which that's what these guys are, and they'll drop some food there as well as bones. So bones will be helpful in just a moment too, actually. So it's a good thing we're getting bones here. So what I'll go ahead and do is try and take out these guys. Sometimes they're a little difficult to get, but they're a kind of okay food source. But the fact that we're getting bones from them is actually kind of nice, because the bones can be used for bone meal, which will allow us to grow our crops faster. So we can speed up the process of our crops so we can get more food quickly. And so you can get bones from skeletons, but you can also get them from the fish, like you've seen there, which is just a recent features that allows you to get that. So yeah, there's like a baby salmon there. But yeah, I got a few things of salmon, probably about 4 pieces. Yep, so as you can see, so I can cook that as well if I do want to. But basically, let me show you guys the bone meal here. So it turns it into bone meal. And so once I have my crops put down, I'll be able to grow it quickly and get a couple crops immediately and show you guys exactly what that looks like. So I'll go ahead and eat my pork chops here. I'll also eat this because it does 3, so I'll kind of be efficient. But if I want to start growing some crops, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tool that I have not showed you yet, which is going to be the hoe. And so if I put in a hoe right there, as you can see, put in 2 cobblestone like that, or any sort of thing. Could be iron as well if you want to make iron, but I don't like wasting iron on hoe. I can go ahead and do that. And so basically the fertilized soil from the water allows it to grow better. And so it goes out to 4 blocks. So if you try going out further, like if you try going out 5, this water will not do that. So you'd have to place in more water next to it in order to get fertilized soil. But I just want to do a 1 water thing just to be efficient with it. So what I'll just go ahead and do is place in all of this, or just kind of till away this land, and that will give me enough so I can place in a whole bunch of wheat here. So I'm going to have to chop away a little bit of this land as well. But once I'm done, we'll have a really cool thing going on here. So I'll just go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I have maximized how I can do this here. And now I'll place in my seeds. So I'll just kind of place some around the center like that. And I'm about to go to sleep again, so I can go ahead and start this in the morning. And I'm going to go ahead and move my bed inside my actual house now, so that I don't have to come into this cave much anymore. But I can make that place like my main mine, because that's kind of where I was down there. And so I'm going to place my bed back here. Oops, you got to make sure you're close to your bed so that I can actually be there. And then I'm also going to place torches inside and outside the house. That way this place is always lit up enough so that way mobs can't spawn inside here. Because mobs can spawn inside your house if it's dark. So always make sure your house is very well lit up. So I like to go crazy with this. Just put torches absolutely all the way around this thing. So there's no way they can spawn within a couple blocks of the house here. So right there, done and done. So there we go. Anyway, let's go ahead and demonstrate the bone meal now. So what I'm going to do is put it right there, and now it instantly grows it up to a full wheat, and also gives you some more seeds in return as well. So put that right in there, and I can continue growing. And so it takes time to eventually expand out this farm to be fully done. But like, yeah, obviously I'm still missing a whole bunch of seeds that I would need in order to do this. But this is just kind of a start to a farm, which is pretty cool. And so I'm kind of happy with that. And so eventually I do want to put in glass in here so I can kind of look from the outside. But for right now, I don't seem to be anywhere near sand, which will be used for the glass there. I can actually try and find some. Okay, never mind. There's some right here. So what I'll go ahead and do is show you guys how you can make glass for yourselves if you want to make your own windows inside your house. I'll just do that quickly. So find a place with some sand, like right here. You can also find sand in a desert biome. There's a lot of sand there. But if you're just by a beach or something, you'll be able to find a little deposit of sand somewhere, so you can do that. So I'll just go ahead and get a bunch of this. You can get as much as you'd like. It really doesn't matter too much. But if you're going to want glass later on, then you're probably going to want a decent amount of this. So look at that. Yeah, maybe I'll get about a stack of sand or so. That's usually a good amount to stick with. But my shovel did just break, so I'll just break the rest with my fist, which just takes a little bit longer, but that's just fine. And there we go. So I got 64 sand. Let's go ahead and head back over to the house now. And I'll go ahead and cook this sand very quickly and show you guys how to make some really cool glass out of this that you can put inside your house. It's a very simple thing. It's like cooking the meat. So we'll come back inside here. And I'm just going to split it in half so it all cooks faster, like that. There we go. So it's cooking half the stacks. And so now, yeah, as you can see, it'll take a while to grow that. And I'll just put a little fencing if I have enough wood. I don't think I do. No, not quite. I would have to chop down some more trees, it looks like. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll chop down some of the trees around the house here. Which, this is kind of why I like building in a forest, is that there's tons of trees, so it gives you tons of opportunity to get more wood if you really need it. Like there's another birch tree right here, so these forests go on for a long time as well. So yeah, I'll get tons of this wood. I'll put a fence around it, that way like mobs and stuff can't walk around on the farm. And I'll put in a fence gate so that I can open it and get inside. So it'll be pretty cool and just kind of a little bit more protected than just leaving it open like this, because it's very easy to destroy a farmed spot. So like if I go ahead and do this, and if I jump on top of it, as you can see, it goes back into dirt. So that's something to keep in mind right there. I don't have a shovel anymore, so I won't do that. But yeah, so I'm going to let this glass cook, and I'll make some windows like that. 1, 2, 3. And so I have the glass blocks, but if I want to make something more like a pane, so here's like the full glass block, which, you know, some people are happy with this. Personally, I prefer panes. If you craft it with like 6 along there, you saw how I just crafted it. It'll look more like this. It'll have a little bit more indent. It looks nicer in my opinion. You can use whatever you like, of course, but I do prefer the look of that. And so if you put that around on the inside, or I guess it doesn't matter, it's both the inside and the outside, what we'll get is that. So there we go. Now we got a little bit more of a start to our house. It is not finished yet. Of course, we still need a roof on top, which we can do at some point. But it is still a very nice start for, you know, working on something we started today. And we still need our crops to grow, and so we can get tons of bread from this. We can turn the wheat into bread. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy today's episode of the Minecraft tutorial series. If you did, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. If you guys want to see more videos just like this one, subscribe with bell notifications turned on so you get notified of when more videos go live. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys, and peace out.